na akumono tu otomono tu enyamono tu kweda gbasira ko eba hamu amekira do fotu do boko bi wo ko nchifio ye to papa Voncujovi amekira do fotu je mama ibunepe akela won ko mo ama jesu batala ono bi john chana nama sena nenema mauli nenema kofi nenema seyiram chana nama igomila ko do ke no form ni abude mo de sere ko ko yamade amo bo shema no form akela ko bon ko sangaji amana ile mi awon ko mo ngo usia muno yu obekado foto mi ngibata kwemo kwa mama majese banya no de holi akọ ma me pa mo wanje ko ko kwa gbo no ko gbere o je ju to mi akọ pe ko ko bon pa ni ka ni kele je mi pe e gbe mi lo to ba ha mi akọ me kan achi gomo de agbe me achi no ku achi gomo hola ko ko wa shi mo ho te ba mo ho te sa ga chi na wa bro no ko mo ko ba be tra na ko no chi ko mo no chi ko na ba sa de ba ko 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 sa na ko le pe ji mo lo ni wa shi ne te Papa, but don't go to that children as a judge. Na family ka po be sa mi je po be.
Family je be ko judge be.
Ami je le balo. Mo le gba fo. Agbo du. Mo le gba fo mo. Pe ye mo fra. Mo to mo. Pe ye ku ta chi. Ba lo la fo. La ho do ti mo si. Agbo te gba ko ya je. Oh, le gba. Na bi ne to. Mo ku de bi le ma. Bana de. Fa ta do ai ma na ngu. Ya ko 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 te. O gbala kana lu go ti ya o je fe a o wo go ye ya na ti kumo na yi na ti domo na yi ati nyamo na yi ana ko da pa ti ga fa mo yi ahamo kumo enyamo na so de ko la me se de na yi do ko ko ya du ga le tede ko ja shi na yi le te no moji da no moji abi ko se ko ko ni no yo yi da ko ju na ko na no re di o ba ko ju na ba 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 to emi down go na yo ko tin ka cha jo so ka ba sia na ba fa ba sia ma na ba fa yo to ba du le gba je ni fongu afongu akiri fongu ala ko mo sia ma na ba du ya ma le yo ya ko se bla ko ba ko yo wa go te e du ni ko doku mo le mo nyamu a ti ke no mo la mo ke na ba se ba fa mo lo papa ko fi go go no fi go ba ma je to je ko no se si la mo se
dagba no be mo no hu da na Oliver ayisi boboli koku enye mi dora mi lo akra yi nedi oye trore nedi opete ko asire nedi go ne mo ne nyanwe ne ba lo to mi Lucia no worry do pota ni America na agbere na afore le pa o beteje o America pa dodo mo na nu lo ta para fo pon na nu yo de da mi abi Oliver koku bere ya pa fo pleta na ime Lucia no wo ile abo bire le mo ba ti amo do ni de na ta mi ojo ko wa Okay. Mauga so police amedo ago, mauga kiti kata amedo ago, mauga ese joto amejoto, ese na anu ame, ese tie anu ame. Woman of baby, woman of baby maybe anu dokono maybe ogbe now. Dokono maybe anu woman of baby, ese nye popoli ko se la tafia. Ese nyo ame nyo se gla me yo ra me yo she me ham for rasho, but you send me for rasho, abraxas, me yo je entre ko do. Me yo tá direto ao filme com o pessoal cago do do ago e eu minha não só dia aí do so kakachika bojadre me ala fa banya gbemi la pe banya gbemi le joro hono me yora ke fi wonye ayimba ma jo flo afokwa ayimba ma do adika wonye abiri ma teku etega o me yo akan gbejo be kan ngole wa kan jefo ba kan busu ba kan trovo ba kan menyo ba kan difi ba kan mami wa to ba kan gba kan peli gba bi me gba haja do lo akopla ba di fi to ba so me do me yo mi nu da o gba bo wo ka po pa mi o zango me yo mi pele bi ra ke yora ke wo jo pata jo maku afọkẹ bẹ bọlẹ mọjú tìmí bọlẹ fún dòmọ ìgbèrè o kúrò kó àtọlẹ fọfọ mi jọgbẹ ní òbẹbẹ ẹgbẹ ní mẹtọ ayẹmọ mọjú òtọ anukọ adépẹlẹ bẹ yíyí lẹfẹ mẹgbẹtọ ọbàjọ tó sọ pé gbòmù náà tẹfẹ ká jọ pàtà bẹyẹ ilé àfi jò wọn bàjọ èyí jọ pàtà abẹfìà jọ pàtà mẹtọrọ mẹgbẹ dáàbò rẹ àfi fagbẹwé lé dìnnà jọ pàtà ẹ náà ẹ fi ní àjọ lówó jọ pàtà ẹ yẹ tẹfẹ mọ yọ ọ sí bọ jírí tó tọwé dẹni dàbà pẹ̀lú tí sùgbọnù àjìmá òtúkúlò lọjà lóko ńkọ balẹ tí bàbá mi bá a lọ àgbo sapatẹ mi yọ àti kẹlí mi yọ kúrò mi tó mi yọ àlàáfíà ẹ̀yẹ́ mi yọ ọmọ gasi ìjà pàpà sísẹ́ ẹ̀sìn tó gbẹ̀gẹ̀jẹ̀ ẹ̀yọ́ mi ọ̀pẹ pété àpẹẹrẹ mi ọ̀pẹ pété fánagbọ́nù àfàgbò màjẹ̀ sọ pépé tọ̀rọ̀ sọ̀rọ̀ mi ìtàkpà mi ni ẹ̀yọ́ pẹ̀lú gbẹ méjì ekú méjì wọlé méjì gbẹ méjì oṣù méjì ọ̀rẹ́ méjì àbúlá méjì àkàlà méjì kúlá méjì sá méjì ká méjì tó gbẹ méjì ẹ̀yọ́ túlá méjì mi ọ̀rẹ́ tẹ méjì mi ọ̀jẹ́ méjì fún méjì ọ̀rẹ́ tẹ túlá mi yọ kílẹ̀ bọ́ bí lẹ́tọ́ bọ́ tó bá dé kúnà kílẹ̀ bọ́ bá dé ní adé ló mọ̀ ẹ̀mí kó nyàtẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ mẹ́lẹ́ àfi àfẹ́tọ́
Jogbe.
Jogbe. Amanya. Semester at sea students o. Over Madam Elogbenye, Madam Kelly, Bankole Eto Overfi. The building over the Cultura. The Mauber Jogbe. Dina Kusama Bedagbe. Dina and his role like the Nunia and no problem video. No way to allow for no problem video. You call no problem video. No problem video. Tàbí wàhálà ẹ̀ lọ́dún àpẹẹrẹ ìwọ̀n gbogbo bẹ́tẹ́bẹ́tẹ́ ọkọ̀ àtúpà bẹ̀ ọ̀dẹ àṣìyá bí ikọ̀ bẹ̀ ẹni mẹ́kọ̀ kalẹ̀ bí ẹsẹ̀ òru nàkẹ́mi àbápọ̀ ẹ̀mẹ̀ pé tàbí ìjọba ẹ̀já ṣe nẹ́bà àpẹẹrẹ ìjọba. Questions about these places later, I will explain to you. Àmì jẹ́ ẹ̀rọ ẹ̀ bàrẹ̀. Oh, ago, appel Brogodo, Azagbaja, Kobipo, appel toi, Aglenio, appel toi, Assigno, appel toi, ou nous popo, and you own, for honor, as si Gamayo, Amaya, Siama, Hamania, Appelito, I have blabber, Appelito, Jachin, Cafanevalo, Agbenevalo, Nanuele, Nunamisia. Oh, mais yo seigne popoli ko se da tafia se joto ame joto se na anu ame se tie anu ame wo na bi dokono bi wo na bi be anu dokono bi ogbe na dokono bi anu wo na bi ogbe apeli yo ra apeli akobi ko apeli te ebe na apeli te asini apeli te wo nu popo nu no mi wo no vo wo no asisi nkuga me yo ye me yo akan gbeje ro kan mo le ba kan je ba kan buzu ba kan tro ba kan me yo ba kan fi ba kan me yo ta ba kan ba kan nípa bí mẹ́gbà àjà tó lọ́kọ̀ fún àbájá tó fi ètò àbẹ̀sọ́mọ́ tó tọ́jú ẹ̀yọ́ mi núdà ọ̀pá tó wù ọ̀kà tó pẹ̀lú zango mi ẹ̀kọ́ mi ẹ̀rọ pàhà ẹ̀yọ́ ara kẹ́kẹ́ wo jọ pàtàjọ máa kú àfọ̀kẹ́ mọ́ bọ̀lẹ̀ mọ́jú tí mo bọ̀lẹ̀ kúndó mi gbèrè kúkúrú pàtọ́rọ̀ fún mi jọ̀gbọ̀n ní òkè ẹ̀bẹ̀ jọ̀gbọ̀n ní mẹ́tọ́ àyà máa mọ́jú òtọ́ àmì kọ́ ẹ̀kọ́ bẹ̀ yín ilẹ̀ fẹ́mi gbòtọ́ bàjọ́ tí sọ pé gbòmù náà tẹ̀fẹ́ ká jọ pàtà bẹ́ẹ̀ láfi jò bọ́n bàjọ́ yé jọ pàtà bẹ̀ fìyà jọ pàtà mẹ́tọ́rọ̀ mẹ́gbẹ́ dá àmọ́ àmì fagbẹ́lẹ́ ìdíyẹ jọ pàtà náà fi yàtọ̀ ẹ̀bẹ̀ yọ ẹ̀sẹ̀rẹ̀ gàdí àfọ̀rẹ̀kẹ́ tọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ wọnú wà Ahama fuade olo jachi fafa mia fuade. Jo maybe le Ghana over there. Can out there but to me, Papa, the your colleague Bemeji, Yokumeji, Willie Meji, Dimeji, Loso Meji, Mulameji, Ablameji, Aclameji, Gudameji, somebody coming to Pemeji, Tulameji, Temeji, Jemeji, Fumeji, Collegiate, Tulameyo, Legovido, Tomado, I pay my good, but I bought you Sakara, come to Avia and Dogo, Okotokolidonko, or Kumaku, but Tomano Lecho, Frantamari, Krabisinka, Mayo Coffee to Japaku, Ocho Tua Coffee, Ocho Henko Coffee at Rameo, Toba Hobato, Babu do it to Toraway, Mayazak, I did. Oshino hoto kere that's in I'm a famino that better Geography Jemeji Gadini, a Garcion. Never be I'm a semester at C student, you never feel it. Oh, look, see, I'm going to get you. No, says an hour metallic, I don't worry. I'm a bobo now. Have I? I can't get him. So. Because, okay, me, they get me a couple of club. You thought we don't get them. Come now, let's come this way. According to the this is the messenger who calls the one that takes messages psychic world and receives messages into the physical world. So it's always at the gate as a gatekeeper. It's called legba. In Spanish people call it the legua. Or in Hispanic countries they call it legua. But we call it legba in Ewe, and I think in Europe it's legba. So here, most of the sacrifices that when people bring people have difficulties, and we do spiritual consultation, and then they tell us what to do to solve their problems. When we do the rituals, we bring it to this place to let it take them and send it into the psychic world so that the person's problem or whatever they are going through will be solved. So if you see in front of me, there are so many earthenware bowls that we use to other medical sacrifices that we have done. So now that you people are coming to the house, I'm going to inform him that you have come, and whatever we will do here should be progressive for you, people who have come, and for us who are also in the shrine. And all that you have come to do, wherever you are traveling to, they should guide you and let you get home successfully and safely. Is that okay? Are you understanding? Yes. In voodoo, we do sacrifices. And I believe that every religion does sacrifices. In Islam, they kill goats and sheep and rams. In Judaism, they kill chickens and all this, and they use it to rub their heads and everything. In Hinduism, they kill a cow and all this. Almost all religions or traditional spiritualities do sacrifices. But when it comes to African traditional spirituality, the moment we do sacrifices, then it is regarded as evil. It is not. You have to use blood to connect with them in a better energy. There is no other way. You got you, never? You see, when I was at the other side, I was using my right hand to. But when I come to here, I'm going to use my left. Yes, I will answer. So I'm going to use my left. Here, we are now talking about ancestors, spirit that people who are dead and gone. So we, in our culture, we use the left hand to pray to them. So now I'm going to give water. This is only made out of corn flour. It's made out of corn flour because corn is our main staple food in Aviland. We use it for many things, so we give corn flour to the spirits as well. Oh, I go legba ajigbosu. I go legba ajigbosu. Be amenomiji medo angoso. Ngokpla, emikpla medo ago na olo. Oklinko. Agbowo buke da kele bagbo be jire me ko sando le bagbo cho abo mu kula de ko me yo da kekesia. Ache. Yo, leba ele igbo mi le ni. Bokor tu jeni. Yeah, I'm a semester at C student to play over my god, or come no for now. You about to la pay me. You so. Me polo kuna milo. Me polo donani. Me polo nya. Ahe. E ko dola me just imagine no bete. Kona leba. But I am saying that I have cleansed you from death, sickness, and all that will worry you in life. I'm cleansing you from that, and I am giving it all to you. Ekolo kuna milo, ekolo donami, ekolo nya, ahe, ekolo dola me just imagine ona leba di tu. Ekolo kuna, evinyo mi abete le fi kwa me la fe le gbe, me abete le baba, ona mi di le ekolo ku klo do, enya ahe ekolo dola me just imagine no. Dagbe lo. Eko bo di obete kona leba ajigosu. Leba gbe akoko tu je yin. Yeah, okobe now. Bena ko. Benya tefe. Ni na chiri onu a. Na chi ya. Okay. Na tefe. Mi ame yo bete to ra fa Africa Magic Temple. Mi no go be le ko ke bete went down. Mi ko be gba me down.
It's incredible.
If you really like it, you can bid on it in our silent auction. Be right back with some champagne.
Okay.
It's an abstract.
Excuse me?
The painting. It's an abstract. It means things aren't always what they seem.
Oh, got it. Chris, by the way. Chris Crowell?
Hello, Chris Crowell. My name is Dr. Ramson.
Oh, doctor.
Indeed. Yes, I received my doctorate in accounting from Stanford.
Oh, Stanford.
So what about you? What university did you attend?
I didn't go to college, actually. I started work right away.
That's unfortunate. My thesis paper on corporate reporting accounting issues was published right after I graduated.
Wow.
Then I was hired by C Squared Financial. They pay me a lot of money because I'm a PhD.
Oh, congratulations.
Thanks. Now, let me guess. You don't have a degree. So what do you work? Retail?
Actually, I'm...
Here we go, Mr. Crowell.
Thank you.
Would you like a glass, Mr.?
Dr. Ramson. And sure, I'll take one.
wa porta no to aba de ni ko ya ko sa ya ko ni anji ba bo do to ni Chomina ndio mile chini ya to na wewe nya pale afanye mpenzie ni hapo bamia ko tukajemina ndio ko vile sasa majolo yepo ya nyinu utacha shinu utacha denu ni ko jimo lo ba site gemile nyama jachi papa kubwa ahwa hapo jachi hapo fami ko na wondia na akumono tu otomono tu onyamono tu kweda gbachi ya ko ba famu amekira do fotu ko ko bi ko chifio ne to papa Voncujovi amekira do fotu je mama Nepe, ama j'espère là on va vivre chana nama sena nema maoli nema kofi nema seyiram chana nama edomila ko do ke no form le abu de mode sene ko ko mode ama bo se mo no form la ko ko sangaji ama ole mi ole ko ko usia mo no ni o be gado foto ni je beta pe mo ko ya mama ma je se ba ni ano ni ko ya ko ma ne pa mo wa ko kwa glo no ko faut dire que comme il y a pas de ni que le jamais peu et comme il est on va rien faire on fait la dire ya me kana chi gomo dia gbe ya chi ni oku acheche gomo faut la ko ko ba shi mo ko te ba ko mo ko te sa ga chi na ba bro no ko mo ko Pablo Tratana. Oh, it's okay. Just to one notice. When I was saying, how could Bokor is not more? Look at Jimolani. What's in it? Papa, but don't go to that. Na famia ka fome sami je fome.
Kami je be, ko ja chi be.
Ami je le balo. Mo le gbagbo, agbodu to. Mo le pa fun mo. Pe je mo fra. Mo to mo. Pe je kuta chi. Ba lo la ho. La ho do ni si. Abu te gbo ya je. Oh, le ba. Na bi ni to. Mo ku bi le ma. Bana de, fa ta do na ngu. Ya ko ko ko. O bala, kana do ti ya. Ko ya ba, ko wo ko. Yeah. Na chukumona hii na chidomona hii atinyamona hii anakwenda kwa kinga kama hiyo ahamo akumo enyamo na sio ndio dolame le share na hiyo ndio komo hiyo dukale jadi kwa jashi na hiyo ndio no moji ndio no moji amekuwa sasa iko kone ndio yoyi kwa hiyo na kwenda ndio already baba kwa baba baba ende down bolo na yoko tu kachajo tu kama shamba na baba Masiama na baba yoto ko gbadu le gbajere ni fongu afongu akifongu ala kulmo masiama na baba ya mala yo ya ko sebla ko babo jo wa gote e buli ko doko mo le mo nyamu ati ke ko mo la mo kena ba se ba famolo papa ko fi go go no fi go ba ma je to je ko no sesira la mosa ka je mi le na gbajiji na mo ko bi ko na sesira ko to li bi ore e ka no buala ya na buala lo Le bago, le Voncujovi to la mer. Le magoma, Voncujovi le ma pole fiego kan. Se na ko to ko batala ni. Ata ma ina, ko to ta ga ina. Ko ma ta ko na ni. Ko na ta. Ya ta di ko. Ko wa gbo je si. Ya ko ta lo. Ya ko ta ni gudu. Le nye ichu je ma lagba li ju chu a. Ya ko ku o. Akode. Ile ko la fo gba ka ti mo ko ko. Ni la ba na fi ko ni ma ko ta le. No churo. Amro na foji. Ba foro na moshi. Ba boya ma. Bokula chele. Ninga fo bo. No bokula be. Bokula be.
The red oil or Bokor.
The photo le ba na mo. Le ba. Do ta so na welo. Gela joga mo. Gela Canada. Australia, America, Germany.
Kama goto.
Iye ko to do ko ba ka ni gba ji so kwa. Ndo ko je Bokor ko to ko mo ka ba se mi nyo mo de sia de.
Godo mo no nyuna.
Yo la ti yu na ba.
To le to le yin ma pa se pa never. O nyuna no yo gba le de me gbere am yo su no le po gbere. Wa yin ku ko na lo.
Na lo sika.
No ba de tagu le bi.
Wa de tagu. Akwụrụ ebe tọmọ nya. Yẹn gbọ́ mi lọ. Esi fún náà di.
Bokor mo nyolo.
Efe fere na moji. Gaga na moji. Maka maka na moji. Efe se tẹrẹ ọdún ta.
Bokor mo nyolo.
Gaga na moji ta. Bokor mo rẹ tọ ka ọrụ. Ẹgbẹ́ gọ ọdún náà. Ṣé àfikún ìdílé ní bá fi kọ́ gàdá gbára àpẹyà mọ́.
Ọba yẹn tutu le lọ́dún àfẹ́rẹ́ gbẹ̀ni àfẹ́jẹ́ òdu àkómọ àjàmàjà ọ̀dọ̀ lọ́gbùrò tí náà jà yẹn àti ẹ̀fí jẹ́ rédíò síbẹ̀kẹ́ gbòòrò bí mẹ́tíọ̀sì ò pa lọ ní kókóró bí dọ̀pọ̀ ẹ̀dà àpò bí kú ne Bokor náà bẹ àtúnyẹ̀kú rẹ̀ dànù fún yẹn bẹ́ta síbẹ̀kẹ́ ne àtìkú ne Bokor náà tọ́ mi kò ní ẹ̀dà yẹn bẹ́ta. Kókóró bẹ́ẹ̀ lánìí.
Tomorrow to tomorrow to lo. Because you go on the city. Mashama to go mashama la. Let you jina mashama. You go to Ferry. You shall know the China. Let them find you go ayo. You ba la gamo. Ani mala shi ma sai ba. Ya ci ka ne wato. Da shi nan. Isra da ba Amurka ba la ga da to. Bere. Ele ko wata ne na na ma wata. We do it in the ocean different place.
No, wala. Most of people.
Bale bagbo, agboyo chokrecho. Africa wọ́n wá fún mọ́ kò wọ́pọ̀ àpò pẹ̀fẹ́ jọ wọ́n mọ́ dán wọn sọ́la. Ní ìgbúdà ṣe wọ́n lọ́la ọjọ́. Ọjọ́ fi wọ́n sí rẹ̀. Ẹ̀hún tẹ̀gbẹ̀ fún bí àjọ. Le kúkúrú wáyà nàkọ́. Àná kúmọ́lọ́tú, ọ̀tọ̀mọ́lọ́tú, ònyàmọ́lọ́tú. Àdúrú. Yẹ́gbọ́n mi lọ n'olu. Àmẹ́kẹ́lẹ́ bí bàbá pàpẹ́ fìyà ó. Ó máa nọ ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ kọ́ bá nọ wa. Ọmọ àtọkùn nípẹ̀. Ìmọ̀ fọ́jọ́ náà gbọ́n.
Sorry, me going to live you. What don't you Ache. And this one will go to the leg by me.
But leg back, go. Yeah, go to the kitchen. Leg back for Mako. No practical. You know what you want to They go that, but all I hold of you was here. All I hold all hello, we came out and hold over. I will go that chair all I hold your Àjọ ayé ló bí ó làwọn jọ ayé gòdà tí ẹ̀rọ ọlọ́run jọ àdàdo gbàgbọ́ fi ó lé wa bátàdé bàfà pè wá pọ̀.
Àchẹ.
Ẹ̀fọ́ dàgbà sí
Àchẹ.
ẹ̀fọ́ yìí wó mọ́mọ́. Bí wọ́n àti àchílẹ̀ tọ́ ìlú kàkàrà tọ́ ọ̀jọ̀rọ̀ àmọ́ náà ìgbọ́ ẹgbẹ́ mi yóò lọ́nà òòlù.
Àgbẹ̀. Àchẹ.
Wọ́n á mi mágàjà náà jẹ́ àṣẹ́sẹ́ náà ni.
Bẹ̀rẹ̀ mágàsí.
Ìjọba kúbọ̀ ìwọ́n kúbọ̀ kábà tọ́ ká sọ tẹ̀tẹ̀. Gẹ́gẹ́ bí fíà. Ẹdun wa di foto. Ẹdun tẹ ko náà fi ala lẹdun di foto la yóò sọ n'an ŋun di foto wa. Ní wọ́n di foto náà nema wa. A kà wutọ. Ẹlẹ́nu ẹ̀ kọ́ra fún ja. Ní a gbà wá fún gbọ́. Ẹ gbọ́ mi lẹ́nu.
Alọ fún gbẹdẹ afọdíjọ.
Ṣé jam? Ahora, ahora.
One start. Hello, good afternoon, Revolution and African Magic Temple fans. Thank you very much for joining us again today. And I'm saying good afternoon to you, good morning and good evening, wherever you may find yourself in this moment, at this moment. Yeah, this is Christopher Voncujovi. I'm going to be your host. So please send in your questions and I'm here to try to answer them. As many questions as you can. Make sure you share this very moment on your platform so other people can also get to know and also to ask questions. Thank you very much for joining us. I'm going to pour libation now, and after that we will go on. And please, if someone is not yet told, please alert others on your platforms and your pages so that they can join us very quickly. Thank you very much, everybody, and I'm very grateful for you for coming this afternoon. There is a double take here today. We have Senna Voncujovi and also Pele Voncujovi, the founders and the originators of the Revolution question and answer section. They are both here today, so please send in your questions, and if you want to send any questions to them directly, they are here to answer you as well. Thank you very much. Okay, let's go on now. We'll call on our ancestors and our gods so that they can be part of this ceremony and bless us so that I should be able to answer your questions. Oh, go mauga, so good is a go mauga, kitty catamado, mauga, I said your tour, major talk, I said, and I know the city and no woman already. Woman already, people keep talking otherwise to be coming in. Woman already, document already, woman already may be an document of you, when I'm document, if you may be an woman of you, you're sending people, Mayora, Cassandra, Segura, a senior Georgie, a dog, may you share a hand for a shooting dog, you're sending for a shooting dog, may have brasses, a brasses, males, and people dog, a great of everything, who will be so tall, coming on the dog. May your man was all year, and you do catch a but you have the mayor of Holland and your Holland and your other. When you buy my flora for playing on the Godica, when you have a bullet to put the camera. Oh, may you are kind, but you look kind when you are kind of what kind of what kind of what kind of what kind of you are kind of your tower can be a kind of paper. Remember, I had no longer or something. I have a young new dog of Barber walk up walk when you was able to play before, and you are a little job, but a job. I forgot about what you for video, maybe for performance of the new hair, but no matter I don't want you to. I'm quite a baby, you only pay me with all about the two of the women of the Perica, Jopatabe, a Jovon, Jopatabefia, Jopata. Metro me beda moro abi fabeli bi Jopata na ifi ni adoro mi do to la you are talking why Jopata te fe me yo amesi me bo jiri to to we dey ta ba pe lu ti zugbo ajima ogboju pro do yo to ko me Valentina fa me va lo Jona kofu agosa pate me yo pati gele me yo group me yo la la fia e ye me yo amagasa singi ta pasisen yes, to be again. You are at the mayor, Brahim, mayor, Bochi, mayor, for call one cable. Chekuma Commandato, you get a puto melefana. We are going to possible to be a person who for the passing a mostly for see, and also a black program in Mamma and Bodrimba, talking about coffee, Makubia Mensa, Doria, the Pekuno, Pahana, Puto melefana, Bobo, a young Ponia Celestina, Wakubia Katrina, Kubia, Fonia Sensei. Or Jofoni or Ben, Akubia, Mayomi, I put to Menefana and Bobo, and I don't go to Menefana and play with me. Mayomi has found out we are Cecilia Penny, a cat, the Penesa, the Baba, the Puto Menefana. Mayo, I will not do Bokor to Jito to Mayo Kinky has a country of Barasuba, when I mayor affected by Paha. Mayo Bokor, Afri, so far one of Vira Paha. Mayo Bokor, Afacha, a jogging, Papa. The Puto Menefana and Bobo and I go to Menefana and play with you. Mayor Bokor, Mayor Honura Tapo, Mayor Honura La Vega, and being at the Mayor Yana, you are talking anonymous to the Gita, Mayor Bokor Abraham, Jivenu, a jack to the Chami, the Bapa. A Kuto Menefana and Bobo and At the penny, when you need a governor and you may know when I'm a Kadam, when you need a governor, then you learn governor on a Kagala, the way you live for. Keme yo abuchi sakra kama cho ba bia dogo ko to poliro ko ku ma ku abana ngbe to abana le cho franta mani fifi ku am sin kra mo yo ko fito ja ba ku o cho to ko fito he ko fito fi atra me yo kable me yo me yo to me ho ba to ba vodu to ra pe mu me ya sa pasa ni ku ni ko to ko shi ni ko to kere ku me yo ke lo mi fa hana mi anu me ga fa na go na fa bo ma je so ko so ko le to so le me ta pa bi me yo ko le me ji ku me ji wo le me ji lo so me ji mo le me ji abla me ji akla me ji buda me ji sa me ji kana ji tu ko me ji me yo tu la me ji me yo le te me ji me yo che me ji si me ji ko le che tu la me yo kle mo vi le ko po to ma no bo me to ma de nya ne me ke me te che nya asi me ne pu go kle mo vi le ko po to ma ne o bo ro ya te pe ne bro vi me to zo pa lo no kokoro vi do bore da publico ne bo ko no ba ti ne kure da do ne le beta ne so be ke na ti kure bo ko no to mi le da je ne beta ya te pe nya we le bo ne ne asinedi do ne ba egbe mi le Facebook live abo yo pete le nya pore ma uga so bo li sakiti kata ese ne da si asimena me yo le do le no kwa la me sese ame yo le do di me le do ko no podo ame yo ko do me ta ko na be do no podo na ame yo le so di mo ko so no po so ko le vi ame yo de so me le vi po no po fi no ji ame yo ji bi e fi me le gbese na ore fi ne se gbe na agbe me no ko so e be mi le gbe rore mo ni no gura me se me agbe mo no gura me se mo no gbo yi mo no lunye mo no guna mi opete ke me ne fa na mi no lo agbe le se mu no me ya ko da yin je nya ju e kwa to bi da si me ni yo we are now set and we are having our big sister to abela mere mo go le fun ni wo le ameta me le fi le to le fun ni camera ye ko le fi e ko le na transmit We have our big sister Ifadara saying grand blessings, Papa and family from Augusta, Georgia. Thank you very much, big sister Ifadara, and congratulations for your new granddaughter. Thank you very much for all that you are doing, supporting our mission and everything. We are very grateful to you, and may the ancestors continue blessing you and open more doors for you. Thank you very much. And then we have a Sekiru Legion. Greetings, Toby, and the entire AMT family. Blessings to you all. Wishing you a happy holiday as well. Thank you very much, Sekiru Legion. Thank you very much. I'm very grateful. And may the ancestors bless you and open doors for you. Happy holiday. Happy May Day to you. Then we have Danilo Imberile. Hello, Danilo. I haven't seen you last week that much. How have you been? Say happy Sunday, Papa. Please, what are the rules when it comes to promising a spirit something if it accomplishes a task for you? Yes, Danilo, that is making a pledge. That's what we say. You make a pledge. It's not like promising. You make a pledge to a spirit that whenever it accomplishes a task that you have given to it, you say thank you. And say there are no rules guiding it because it is your sincere heart and it is from your feeling, and you are asking a favor from the spirit to go and do something for you, and then in return for that you are telling the spirit, if you could do this for me, I will say this or I will do that for you. So if the spirit actually or the voodoo actually accomplishes what task you have given to it, and it is you find a favor or whatever you are looking for, and that comes to you, of course you must fulfill your pledge. That's what it is. Don't make promises to human beings or to even spirits, or to the extent of to spirits, and when they fulfill their part and you don't fulfill their part, tomorrow when you ask them to do something for you, they will not do it for you. And it is not only the spirits that you have. Even if you go to another place where there are spirits, because this spirit, you owe the spirit, or you fail your commitment to that spirit, so it will follow you wherever you go. So when you visit a new spiritual place, or you visit a new shrine, and you are thinking that, oh, I have forgotten about these people and I'm going here, that spirits, because spirits are not things you can see, they are invisible entities, they will follow you. And they will tell the spirit that you are going to visit that this man, it doesn't say thank you, even if you work for it, or for him or her, he will not say thank you. So you people, I'm telling you, he has done it against me, so don't work for him. You will not know, you will not be hearing them. And if the man, whoever you go to, or whether it's a woman or man, whoever you go to and ask for a favor again, the work will not work, and then you will be saying, oh, the man didn't do a good job. It is not so, because you have failed your promise to the spirits, and the spirits, they are not dead, they are living entities. The only thing, we don't see them physically, that's why we think that they don't exist. But then when we are in trouble, we know they exist, and we go to ask for this. And when things are done for us, at the end of the day, we forget them. But they won't forget, they will follow you. So when you are making a pledge to a spirit, make sure that you know what you can fulfill. If you cannot buy a full Concord or this shot of drink for a spirit, don't make a promise that you will give it. You can say, okay, I will give you a drop of alcohol. So maybe you can have the whole glass, you will drink it, and then the bottom, which is the remaining one, you can drop it down. You have fulfilled your pledge. But if you promise the spirit that I'm going to give you a full glass, and then the time comes, and it has that is part of the contract between the two of you, and then you saw the drink, you say, no, I don't want to give all this to this spirit, it is just like a waste, and you drink it, and you just put the drop bottom down, the spirit will be angry with you. Next time you send it, it will not work for you. So Danilo, that's my answer to your question, and to everybody who may be having that question in their head. So that's it. So let's move on. We have Shamba Musa Mohammed saying, greetings, Papa. Greetings, Shamba. How are you? Hope everything is well with you. We have our brother Solomon Boating. Greetings, Papa. Hello, Solomon. How are you? Thank you very much. Yesterday I said I was going to call you, but I couldn't call you again because I worked late and I was tired. Then we have Anthony Olotu. Great and wonderful day. Simply fulfilling your own promise to the spirit called gratitude. That's very good. Because if you someone you ask, even if you ask a little boy and come back, every time he goes and come back and you don't give anything, next time if you are calling the boy, you run away and hide because he knows that you are not going to say thank you. So it is the day before yesterday. So okay, it's Saturday. Saturday and Friday. Okay. So thank you very much. Thank you, and my greetings to your family and everybody in Kintampo. Yes. So let's go to YouTube and see if there's anything there. We don't have anything at YouTube. Okay, we have Mario Young. See, the problem is that I have to be turning around like this because of the way the camera is positioned. So whichever way I must go like this, I must go like that, which is not going to help you anyway. Do you get my point? Oh yes. Because now if I want to answer that question on YouTube, then Three, two, one. Okay, so we have Mario from India. Good evening, Daddy and AMT family. Greetings from India. Thank you very much, Mario. We are very grateful for you joining us. How is Olivier and your mother and everybody? My regards and greetings to them all. Thank you very much. Then we have Nuku Amebo, who is also saying good afternoon, FO. Thank you very much, Nuku. Thank you very much for coming yesterday, and I hope we were able to kind of touch the problem that is hidden in your matter. So please do find ways to make sure you find the solutions to the problem. Thank you very much. Okay, I think that's all that we have. So now I will want to show a video. Were you people able to get it? Why can't it move? Is it because it was forwarded? Okay, there's a video circulating on some certain television station in Ghana. One of the stations is called XTV. Initially, when I contacted the guy, he told me they were at La Paz in Accra. But later, when I called him many times, he refused to pick my call. And if anytime he unfortunately picked my calls, he said, "Oh, he's driving, he's busy, he'll call me back immediately," and he never called back. And then a day before yesterday, when I went to pick Senna from the airport, also another message came to me by one of our very good friends, who is a fan of our page. And then he sent me that there's another TV station called Passion TV, and they are all on the terrestrial decoders. The XTV is also on the terrestrial decoder, and then the Passion TV is also on the terrestrial decoder. And then they have, these people have put my photograph on their television station, and they have a voice behind it telling people that they are giving lotto numbers. I don't do lotto, and I don't do lotto numbers. My spirituality is not about lotto numbers or quick money or money ritual or instant money or lottery or what it has come now. So this thing has been circulating, and we are trying as much as possible to get to the television stations to ask them. Yesterday we were able to get what do you call it, the Passion TV, and they said they were in Sawam. They showed us a place where they were in Sawam, so we will be tracing them to find out how come they are. Facebook. My person is calling himself a Kung Fu Michael. I'm sorry, you all know me. My name is not a Kung Fu Michael. And secondly, you all know that I don't teach. You all know that I don't teach about easy ways of spirituality. To say spirituality will bring gains and this thing for you. Yes, spirituality can bring gains to you, but you have to work for it. Nothing in life, God does not just hoping for providence to drop things on you. You have got hands, you've got food, you have your head, you have your mind, and these are the things, the tools that you have been equipped with. And these are the things, when you use it, then God's blessing and the Spirit's blessing and the ancestors' blessings will be upon you, and then your little efforts will become great efforts, and then you will get results out of it. But someone just sitting down hoping that without doing anything, and he will become rich and be able to drive in a Range Rover or Land Cruiser or buy an airplane. I have not yet seen any spirit doing that since I have been in spirituality for the past 50 plus years. So please, that is circulating, and my children are going to show the video. The technical team is going to show the video, and you will see exactly what I am saying. And you will realize that I don't speak Twi, and I don't know anything about these things, and it has nothing to do with me whatsoever. And we also called one of them. They started insulting me, and I asked them. They said that we should send money, and immediately they will send this. And I asked him, "Why are you using my picture? If you have such a power and you believe in yourself that you can help people, why don't you just use your own photograph? Why use my photograph?" And he told me, "Oh, that photograph is his own picture." So okay, but then I know that's my profile picture everywhere, and I have the the Katakare in my room, and you have all seen that that has been my profile picture for the past almost 10 years. So I don't know how these things are going on in our country, and we are trying to report to the police. Actually, I have called the CID headquarters and told them about it because they have similar cases that were people who were doing this to me. I have reported in the past, nothing was done about it. So I reminded them now it is no more in the poster form, it is no more on Facebook, it is now on a digital television station from morning to evening. They are showing these things and people are calling in, and people who do not know me personally may misunderstand or misunderstood and think that it was me, but no, I'm just making it very clear that I don't do lotto numbers, and that is not the kind of spirituality that I do. I don't know about lotto, and I don't do anything about quick money or instant money or money ritual, or there's another name for another one. Pocket note dry. Pocket note. So all these things doesn't fall out. If you look at our website, our pages, and our Facebook page and everything, we don't have anything like that. We are educational, traditional educational company. We are teaching about our ancestors, what our ancestors do to connect themselves to nature and connect themselves to divinity. That's all that we are doing. Yes, we do rituals like taking care of the problems that we are facing, and if we do a reading, and whatever the reading directs us to do, we will follow that and do rituals for you to be able to stop the challenges that you are facing. We don't promise anybody that come and become rich without working. We don't do that. There's nothing like that. I kept saying many times that there's nothing like a money ritual. It is a scam. It has never been, and it will never be. No spirit bring money to no one. It is never. I have never seen it. If people have ever seen a spirit bringing money, then maybe I'm yet to reach there. But for me, so far, in all my quest for spiritual knowledge and wisdom that have taken me around the whole globe, I have never met any spirit anywhere that brings physical money to people. No. They will open, if the spirit may even give you money, then maybe you may be walking on the road and you find some money, but then it is something that you found and you pick. But the spirit will come into your room and drop money, or you have to hide it in one corner and every day supplying money. No, it's only done in the bank. I know only banks can give you money. So please, that video that you are going to see, I don't have anything to do with it. I don't know anything about it. I don't even know the people who are doing this in bed. I'm going to try and do my best, and maybe with the law enforcement agencies, we will try as much as possible to get these people, and when I get them, I will again come on air and tell you what I intend to do. Thank you very much. Okay, show the video now. My videos and all this thing, and we're scamming people. I reported to Facebook, and Facebook was able to remove some of these pages and close some down. Just last week, somebody was supposed to come here and interview me some years ago, but they didn't come, and then this and that. It's okay. If you were about to interview me and you did not come to interview me, how come you are taking my contents and creating a page and using it to be telling people as if you met me or you know me or you and I are working? They said, no, they were not using it for any bad thing. Yes, of course, if you are not even using it for any bad thing. Is it not advisable that you should ask me first that, oh, Mr. Voncujovi, I want to use your content to promote my page? Then I can say yes or no. But without doing that, you are just using it until YouTube close you down before you know my number and you are calling me. So all along you knew my number, you never called me and told me anything. But now that I have made the YouTube, so please, all of you, advise your friends, advise people, especially people in Ghana, and anybody watching this terrestrial TV station, Passion TV X, maybe type X TV and Passion TV, and I don't know which TV station they are going to use next. These two television stations are trying as much as possible to bring a problem to our work, but we know that things will be okay. And that's what these two stations, XTV and Passion TV, are the ones showing that on their platform. But God willing, we'll see how things will go. People are doing wonderful things and trying to cheat their own fellow people. We know everybody is hungry, but this is not the way. We are all hungry, but this is not the way. If you have power, show your own face. So everybody know that you are a powerful person. Just like me, I have put my put their number, and if they are powerful enough, they should. So people will know them. But when I get these people, anyway, only God knows what will happen. Yes, so let's go on. So that is this is. So please alert people, alert all your fans and people, your friends that there is a scammer on television, TV, and XTV doing all this thing. Okay, let's go on the questions and let me go on. And then we are starting from Mr. Robert Patrick Bafo. Hello, Papa. Who is Robert Patrick Bafo? Robert, how are you? Thank you very much for joining us. I don't know whether we have met on this platform before. Thank you for joining us today. And then we have Sikiru Legend saying, Papa, in our traditional worship, initiates are forbidden to eat food prepared by a woman who is in her periods. Our contemporary world here, where lots of people have to buy food from outside, how do initiates avoid breaking such important taboos? Okay, I'll take the first section and then the second section, and then I'll come to the third section. When you are an initiate of a particular vodu, yes, it is advised that when a woman is in her menstrual cycle, she shouldn't cook food for you to eat. But that usually happens when you are a married man who has your own house or home, and you have your wife in there. So when your wife is in this period of time, she won't cook for you. But it is not like every woman cannot cook for you, but it is mostly the woman that is your woman who you marry. She should be this to do that for you so that she will not go against the energies that you are working with. But when you go out of your home and you are going to eat food, how do you know who is in her menstrual cycle or not? Are you going to ask the woman cooking her soup and ask her, are you in your menstrual cycle? If she slaps you, your hand will enter the pot. So please, you can eat food prepared by any woman anywhere. Only the woman who is in your house, because for that woman is part of your household, so she will be able to know what to do for you. Okay, let's go back to the question. So so that is that first and the second part. So you are a new initiate. You can eat anywhere, so long as, because I had also asked the same question to the old man before. He told me, when you are going out to eat, you don't ask people who prepare the food. If you are hungry, you eat. To eat and fill your stomach before you die is better than you going hungry before dying. When you are hungry before you die, you have double agony. But when you eat and you die, it's better. So you don't go asking people, oh, are you this, are you that? Oh, so just God is not going to get angry with you. Spirit will not get angry with you, and nothing will get angry with you. So that's it. So Sikiru, that's what it is. So don't worry, eat food anywhere. But when you are at home and you what do you call it? You know that your wife herself knows that she's not in normal period. She can cook the food down for you before that time. It will be in the refrigerator. You can eat it. You can let somebody else cook food for you. Or if you are in yourself food. I cook most of the time. I go into the kitchen when that time comes. I can cook my own food, and there's nothing wrong with it. You cannot even be blaming your wife, because that is natural. Thank you very much, Sikiru. So we are going to Mr. Robert Patrick Bafo Brody Ment. Oh, okay. Also, women are practitioners of African. Okay, that's the last question. Also, women are practitioners of the African spirituality. How do they feed themselves when they are in their dangerous days? Oh, Sikiru, don't worry about that. They are always, women, don't, even when they are in their menstrual cycle or a monthly period, they can still pray to voodoo and everything. It's only that there are certain voodoos that do not want you to come close to them. And those are the voodoos they will not get close to. Women cook food and eat their own food. I mean, it's not, they did not create that situation. That situation is natural, it's born with them, it came with them, so please don't worry about it, it is fine. And then we have our brother here, Robert Patrick Bafo Brody Mens. He said contact places, so we have, okay, they've sent the contact to Robert already, that is 2 + 2 3 3 2 4 4 3 6 7 5 7 8. Thank you very much. And then Mr. Robert again is saying, I'm most grateful. You are very welcome, my brother. Danilo in Maryland, too sure, pocket no dry, Yes, Danilo, it's a too sure. Okay, you be deceiving yourself, and if you can make too sure for yourself, why you don't go and take a loan from bank and play the lotto yourself and win? You have to be collecting 30 cedis from people. If you are sure that the too sure is money, go and take a loan and play it and win. Why keep deceiving people, and even you cannot show your own face, you are using other people's face? Thieves born from birth. Yes, let's go on if there's anything. Why can I get too sure? If I will give anybody at all, maybe that's the person I'll borrow the money from, and who I will give. I will just ask him, because I get too sure to play. I want to take a loan from you, but then I don't have. I'll come and pay immediately. The number drops. But maybe you will say that I came and borrowed money from you before taking the lotto. So you to get the number. If you want to play, you can play. But for me, loan me money so that I can play. It's very crazy people are. So many people are very so bad in this country. And then we have a KOG Ghana. Greetings from New Jersey, Papa. Thank you very much, KOG. How are you? Thank you very much. And we have IBT. Good afternoon, Mr. Christopher. Hello, Ibrahim. How are you? Thank you very much for joining us. And then we have SB. Good morning, AMT family. Thank you very much. I'm wishing all of you a very happy Sunday, and also a happy May Day. I think the May Day is celebrated everywhere in the world. Huh? Is it not celebrated everywhere in the world? May Day. First, Yeah, it's America. And I think everywhere, Mayday is Mayday. So I'm wishing all of you good workers a happy holiday. Thank you very much. Happy Mayday. Mr. Patrick is saying contact is off. Did you put it off?
He was calling your phone, but we can't put it now.
Huh?
He was calling your phone.
Okay. Just send a message, Mr. Patrick, because we are live. We cannot pick phone calls now. So after we are done with our section, you can call. But right now, we cannot pick calls because we are live. Questions like what we did last week, that it was very, very vibrant and very interesting questions from everywhere. Share this on your platforms and bring in questions so that I can answer them for you, please. Okay, so we have some questions on the board again. One coming from Muhammad Abdallah. Yes, thank you, Muhammad. Good afternoon, my great father. Thank you very much, Muhammad. How are you? You see, what we are doing here, we are not religious. We have Christians, we have Muslims, we have this. All that we are talking here is about our own tradition, which had been there long before any other religion came here. So we are what do you call it? We cut across religion. Our teachings cut across religion. Muslims are part of us. We are also part of Muslims. Christians are part of us. We can also be part of Christians, so we don't have any problem. So we're going on to the questions here. Security Legion was asking a question here. Let me see the question. He said, tell me, what is ghost? Ngoli. Do they exist? If they do, how different are they from ancestors? Thank you. Okay, Security Legion. You say, there is ghost. If there is no ghost, they will not have another one called Holy Ghost. Haven't you been hearing the Holy Ghost? There is ghost. And ghost simply means spirit, actually. A bodiless being. A bodiless being. What it means is that when somebody dies, the body is dead, but the person's spirit is alive. And in every culture, I believe, it's almost across all cultures, they do something they call 40 days. 40 days after burial. It is believed in our every culture that it is 40 days after burial before the spirit of the person who is dead or the ghost of the person will leave the earth and go back into the ancestral world. So that's why the 40 days is done as a final separation between the human being and the dead person. That's how I would say. So yes, there is a ghost. So only as every scholar means ghost. There is. So do they exist? Yes, they do exist. If they do, how different are they from ancestors? The same ghosts are the people who become your ancestors. But you see, when a person dies first, he does not become an ancestor immediately because he has to move into the ancestral realm. After the burial and rituals that will be done are done, then the person's spirit is now given the opportunity to move on away from human beings. But when the person is dead and all rituals are not done yet, and the body is still kept somewhere, or even if the body is buried, but because the rituals have to be done by human beings to allow the dead to move on, if it is not done, there is a possibility that this person can be seen in its physical form, but then when you get closer to it, the person disappears, or people may, see it in certain places. This is what people call ghosts. But once the person moves to the ancestral realm or is able to go to the ancestors, then that person may cease to be a ghost. If that person comes into your anything anymore, you can only see such a person in your dream, but not in your physical plane anymore. You may only talk to you in your dream. So this is what it is. Ghosts exist, and when a person dies, it takes some time before the person will be able to enter into the ancestral realm. So from before the entrance into that ancestral realm, there's possibility that the person can try to manifest themselves in a physical form. Certain things will make you see the person as if it's still real. So this is what ghost is about. So Sikiru, I don't know whether that answer is deep enough, but if it is not, you can bring up another question related to that, and I'll see if I can answer you. Then we have Danilo again. Okay, Mohammed Abdallah, good afternoon. I have not finished everything before, so but when you have time, please call me. Okay, thank you very much. Let go up. Go up, yes. And then Danilo in Berile, say, Papa, what does it mean when people say someone is an awakened person? Okay, when they say someone is an awakened person, from my understanding, means the person is beginning to despise lies, is trying to get away from the lies of religion, where you only use faith and you don't use your brain to think everything that they tell you just because it is said by someone that you were not even there before the person said it. Maybe the person said it about 2,000, 3,000 years ago. That's what they said. But you know, a hearsay is never the same like when you hear it yourself. So people have to dwell on that, and they just tell them, oh, you don't need to use your brains to do anything about God. Just believe, just have faith. The moment you stop having faith and you start to use knowledge and wisdom, you are using logic and reasoning to assess or to measure what nature and what divinity is, using your logical mind to judge whether this is real or this cannot be real. Then you are awake. You are no more sleeping, and no more sleeping beauty, whereby everything that they just tell you, you just accept it without really analyzing it with your brain. You are supposed to analyze things, and if they prove to be beyond doubt, then you can choose to believe them. And even that one is no more called belief, it's called knowledge. So when you are awakened, you must use knowledge, logic, and reasoning to judge things. Don't just accept things like a crocodile and just swallow things. Okay, that's what it is like. Saying that somebody is awakened. Yes, and then Daniel, Papa, you have an idea of what it means when someone kills snakes and cut their head in the dream? Yeah, I have an idea. It depends on which culture a person is coming from. But I know the Aries says that when you see a snake in your dream, it is one, like if you see a snake chasing you in the dream, there is a pregnant towards your way. And but then to kill a snake in your dream and cut off its head, I will just think, I don't know very much, but I believe it should be like you are destroying your enemies, something like that. So at least it should be that. Then again, secure religion is saying, also in performing animal sacrifices, can one sacrifice one chicken for more than one entity, or every entity must have their separate offering? Yeah, security, that one depends on the spirit that you are having and the agreement that you have with them. It is the agreement that you have with them is what will determine that. It will not be a general thing in a spiritual sphere to say that you can use only one chicken and feed all, or you should give each spirit a separate chicken. That one is not a general argument. What happens is that it's you who is having the spirit. And when you are having the spirit should be able to communicate with you. The moment you have a spirit and you are not able to communicate with it, it is dangerous in one place. And another place, I would say, even being the spirit is not really your spirit. Spirit must be close to you, and you should be able to communicate with your spirit at any moment of the time or of the day, any moment. When you have a real spirit with you, you should be able to communicate with it, and the spirit should be able to answer you. So when you want to kill an animal for a spirit, take for instance, you have about 3 or 4 spirits, but you have money to buy only one chicken for them. So you should be able to ask the spirits and tell them your condition, the situation, that you have only money for one chicken, and that one chicken you are going to give it to them all as their feed it. And I think they are not against it. But if the spirit worked for you and you made a pledge to it that I'll give you a chicken if you do this work for me, and the work was fulfilled, then that means when you are about to feed the spirit, you have to give that chicken to the spirit you promised. But you can also ask the spirit, would you want to eat together with other spirits? If they say yes, then you kill the chicken and share with the other ones with the spirit that you gave the tax to. But if you ask the spirit that do you want to eat together with other spirit and he says no, then you know that the spirit will not eat together with other spirits. So it has to eat its food alone because it's the only one that went and did the work or the task that you have given. So it is an individual thing. It is not a general thing to say that whether it is okay or it is not okay. It is you who is having your spirit and you have to know how to relate to them and ask them questions and follow their answer. That's how I would say it. Although for me, I have so many spirits, I don't even know how many spirits I have. So when I am giving, I'm doing a thanksgiving for them. I feed them all together with different animals. But sometimes I just use one or two animals for them all, and then I use another animal for them all. So they are eating chicken, goat around, and all this, so I'm just giving it to them. But maybe I may buy only one chicken or two chickens or three chickens. But then if I call upon a particular spirit and ask it to do me a favor or do something for me, and it says yes, it will do it, and then I promise. Then when the work or the task is completed, I go to that spirit alone and give what I promised to give it to it. So that's what it is. It is you who is working your spirit, and it's you who will know what pledge and how you give offering to your spirits. Then we have Danilo in Berile again. What kind of work does the spirit called Ogu do? Which spirit is called Ogu? Danny, I don't know which spirit is called Ogu. We have Egu in our Ebe language. Egu. We have which represent metal or iron, metal, Egu. So if that's what we are talking about, then it's a different thing. But I don't know what it's called Ogu. I don't know what it is. It is the Yorubas call Egu, the god of iron, Ogu, or Ogu. So that is the god of iron, and it is responsible for iron and metal things and anything that has to do with metals. So that's what the Ogu is. But the one you are written Ogu, unless of course it's a mistake of the W, then I don't know. If it is Ogu, then it is the god of metal or iron, and then the Ebe is called Egu or Gu. Danilo the Papa, are candles very much used in voodoo? Have you practiced candle gazing before? Candles are not used in voodoo very much. But you know, when we are coming into today's modern spirituality, a lot of people mix up a lot of things and they don't even know what is what. People don't even know what is what. A lot of people mix up a lot of things and they don't even know what is what. So people who are, say for instance, they say they are practicing something called voodoo, which is start with H-O-O-D-O-O, hoodoo. I used to ask people, what is hoodoo? And what is the meaning of hoodoo? And I have not come to anybody who can really give me the meaning. They only say, oh, it started in America and it is a practice of spirituality called hoodoo. But what is the meaning of the hoodoo? Because when I talk about voodoo, I can understand the meaning very easily. But when you call it hoodoo, I don't know what it is. So people who are doing hoodoo are using candle, are using everything. They are just patching things together, but then that's their practice. I'm not against it, and I don't know how they practice or whatever they gain from their act. Candle gazing, yes, I have practiced candle gazing when I was young. I even had a book of the magic book of candle burning or something like that. And I gave it to one of my cousins, it never came back. Tony, check out watching the candle. So, candle gazing, yes, it is just like trying to put your focus on things so that when you're doing anything, you can succeed. But in voodoo, we don't use so much of candle burning. I've not actually seen people using candle burning in voodoo, unless of course the person is adding voodoo, which is traditional Ewe voodoo, with Kabbalah or other things. But we don't really burn candle very much in Ewe voodoo. But for me, because I have practiced so many other practices before coming back to voodoo, sometimes I inculcate these things into my practice because I know what I will get out of it. But in the real West African voodoo, there's no candle burning. That's why when people say they are praying to their ancestors and they are burning candles, maybe it is a European or African thing, but it is not a typical voodoo. Okay, move up. So Danilo, that's the question, and my answer to that question. And then again, what does it mean to be aware in the spiritual context? To be aware in the spiritual context means you become a spiritualist. You know when things are happening, you know, and when things are not happening to you, you know. You know how to make. You know how to make your will be. When you will something, the thing materializes. That's what is called. You are be aware in the spiritual context. It is not just. Talk people you see on the internet only talk. They may talk and they pick contents from different people, and they make that one their content, and people are following them, even in their thousands. They go to places where people are doing spiritual things, make videos, show their faces in those videos by either doing like this or joining up or standing beside the voodoo and take a picture taking a picture, or even sometimes even get into the ceremony following people dancing and drumming and all this thing. But they themselves, they don't know anything about spirituality. But people follow them, a lot of people are following them, believing that these people are spiritual. That's why people don't know what is real spirituality and what is not spirituality. So to become spiritually aware is, or in that context, is to be able to have a spiritual power in order. When you make a will, your will will be. Nature listens to you. So it is not a question of how many places you go and take a video or get a group of people to come around you and take a video, and then that makes you spiritual. You are not spiritual by going just taking videos and going to spiritual places, greeting chiefs and uncles and people, and then that you believe that people believe that you are spiritual. No. There are a lot of things like this are on the net, and a lot of people are following it, thinking that if you are also following, that means you are spiritual. So it is not, to be spiritually aware is to be able to make a will into nature, and nature listens to your will. Yes, Gabriel, yes. Gabriel.
Talking about the will.
Talk so that, can they hear?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, talking about making your will happen. Can karma sometimes impede your will?
Karma.
Yes.
Karma cannot impede your will. Why should karma impede your will?
Okay, let's put it this way. Maybe you want a particular thing, but the spirits know that if you get that thing, it wouldn't help you. So they impede you not getting it.
Yes, that is also possible that if you spirits think that the things that you have, if your spirits are real and they want your welfare, when you are asking for certain things, they may not give it to you, but they will also caution you. When the spirit is real, they will caution you and say that this is not good for you. But if you insist and you ask them to look to get it for you, they will get it for you. They will get it for you. Consequences come later, you can't blame them. Are you getting the point? Yeah, so the spirits will caution you. If your spirits are real, they will caution you and tell you that, be careful. This thing is not good. It happens in many cases like someone sees a man and says, this man, I want this man for myself. Young people or old people, it does not matter. Love or relationship matter. It has nothing to do with age. But people who are into spirituality say, I want this man anyhow, I want this man, or I want this woman anyhow. And then you go to a spiritualist, and the spiritualist tells you what to do to make things happen for you. And when they did the thing for you and it is not happening, you will be telling yourself that this person didn't do the thing correctly for me. And by saying so, you are thinking that the spirits did not hear your voice. They did, but the truth about it is that they don't want you to get into trouble because they can see into the future. You can only see now. You can only see now, so you are in the moment. The spirits can be in the moment at the same time they are in the past and they are into the future. So for this reason we seek their advice in everything we do. But when they give you advice and you don't want to take it, they don't care. After all, when the problem comes, it is you that it's going to come to. But sometimes when the problems come, you forget that you were the one who was forcing the spirits to do it, and now you start to blame them. Why is it that they let this happen? Which is wrong. So we should, as spiritualists, just be spiritually aware, must become also aware that they are the people also must be aware that everything that they will and whatever happens, they alone should bear the consequences, and they shouldn't blame spirits. But spirit doesn't care. If you say you should get it for you, you get it. And when you get it for you and it starts worrying you, the spirit doesn't care. But sometimes you go back and then you tell the spirit, you see I'm suffering from this. But you forget that you are the very person who said you wanted this and it has come to you. Why now it becomes the spirit's problem? So that is what it is. So it's not like the karma is preventing you, but when you have spirits that are good, they will advise you that this thing is not good for you. But if you insist, they will let you have it. And when you have it, when the problems are coming, you have the problems too. Spirits don't get problems. Spirit will never get any payment for whatever job you sent him. It will go and wait. If the consequences start coming, it will come to you. So you should also know when you are asking and it is not happening, then you know there's something stopping it, then you can do more reading to find out why this thing is not happening for you. If spirit is real, there is not anything that you cannot accept that you will not get. Whatever you accept, you will get. But sometimes, some of the things are not good for you. They will advise you. But we are human beings, so sometimes we don't see from the angle of the spirit. We want it now. And then it comes and they come with this big luggage or baggage and then you are in trouble. And then we have Danilo Bere. Yes, I mean, yes, the metal god. Yes, the same thing is in the Yoruba call it Ogun, and the Ebes call Edu. Is a god of metal. Yes. What it does is it is a god that rules every metal. So that's why when our ancestors want to go to war, in those days they have to use metals like cutlass practice and all this thing. So they have to consult it and seek for its blessing before going to work. And even in today's world, we are driving in car, we are moving from one place to another in the aircraft and all this thing. All this thing is controlled by a book. Even the knives that we are using at home to eat, cutlasses we take to farm, the spoons and everything, they are all controlled by a book. So we seek the advice from a book on what to do so that we will not fall victims prey to people's atrocities and other things against us by using spirit like a book to attack us. Then we have a security replying to Danilo. Security legend. Occasionally, I once came across a joker used to reveal one's enemies in the night. Lele Baba. Lele Baba. Matrona Agel. Matrona Anao. Matrona Ebo. This joker uses black, red, and white candles. Okay. So that is Security is replying to Danilo. So that means there is a joker that uses candles. Yeah. But I have not come across many joker that uses candles. Yes, thank you very much, Security. Then we have Ifa Shakin. But you see, also you must understand there is a difference between joker and voodoo. Kofi Chagre also was trying to explain what joker is and what is voodoo. So there are two different things in joker and voodoo. Joker when is very big, voodoo takes its time, but voodoo is permanent. It is more stronger. That's how we do. When joker work for you, you will like joker more because the people who want instant things always like joker.
So what kind of things would be joker?
It's the same. They are all made out of herbs, but some tend to be on quicker on the negative side when you want things destroyed. That's why it becomes joker. Then we have a Ifa shocking allow. The voice of ancestors will stand out for you no matter the noise around your life. Thank you very much. His word will speak for you no matter what the enemy is saying. You will surely be blessed. The gods will help keep, uphold, and sustain, protect, defend, and exalt you and all yours. His hand will be around you for good. The enemy will not swallow your glory. You will not miss the best of the land. No one will steal what is rightfully yours, and you will be happy forever. Say Ashe, Ashe, oh, Ashe, and then DM me for your reading and your spiritual journey. Okay, thank you very much, Ifa Shokin Alao. I'm very grateful for that. Peace. I'm very, very grateful. Thank you a lot.
He's advertising on the speech.
He has been.
He's advertising. DM, so he's saying that we should directly message him for reading.
Okay. No problem. It's okay. Ifa Shokin, thank you. Okay, let's go up. That's the last one. Okay, so far. And then we have Ashley Anki Acham. How to cleanse your home environment to invite good spirit for protection, blessings, and so on. Ashley Anki Acham. I don't know. You see, what we are teaching here is more deeper than just cleansing your home and inviting spirits. You cannot just invite good spirits if you are not on the spiritual path. There's a lot of people are confused out there thinking that once you are just, I don't know how to say it, you say I'm spiritual, then means spirits are just coming around you. It is not like that. Spirituality comes from discipline or comes with discipline. You need to go through the disciplines that are set, the goals, the do's and the don'ts, the taboos, the initiations, and all this thing. That's what makes the one spiritual, and that's what attracts good things towards you. People cleanse their homes, but then, like when we want to cleanse home, It is more of certain words and some drumming and hitting of cans and all this, and you with certain words to drive away negative energy, at the same time inviting positive energy. Just like in Japanese, they have some ceremony they do, I don't know the type, really, when they do that beans throwing, Oniwa Soto.
It is February.
Is it February?
February.
There is a ceremony Japanese do.
Or end of January.
I'm not very sure. Yeah. Then we take beans and is it rice also?
I think it has the
Beans, soya beans and all this thing. And then they say the devil should go out, then they throw them out and all this. They do a ritual like that. So, but then that one, it's also accompanied by the shrine. It's a whole nation thing. It's not like individual man just cleansing their house. It's a whole nation. The whole of Japan does it together. Everybody is doing it in their private home, but it is like the whole nation is involved into it. So, you know, Japanese are very spiritually conscious because they have shrines and they have people who do readings for them, and they have people that when you are not understanding your life, you can go, they can fix it. It's a general thing, it's their way of their life. So when they do that kind of cleansing, it is general. So, but then if you want to just to cleanse your house alone, and you don't know any spiritual key, you don't have anything, the best is just to remove all the cobwebs and everything, and then wish that negative spirits are gone, and good spirits are protecting and blessing you. It doesn't happen easily like that. You need to do a real thing. If you really want it, you need to do a real thing. But a lot of people are just book spiritually. They read something and then they just follow and think that's working. No. You need to be very practical. Spirituality is practical. It's not a theoretical thing. And then a priest give us a greetings, Papa. Is joker only used for destroying? No. The jokers I have is not for destroying, it's for helping me. Jokers are not used for destroying. Jokers are used to help you, but like I always say, it's like a knife. Spirituality, vodu is like a knife. Joker is like a knife. Because depending on the person who is using it and what they decide to use it for. But for us, I've been teaching my children and my students how they can use all this spiritual energy for their good and for the good of humanity as a whole. But it's not individual thing alone. Of course, individually, you must help yourself, because no one is going to help you if you don't help yourself. But try as much as possible to help yourself and help others as well. So the jokers are not only for distraction. In fact, I have jokers that can destroy in a moment, in a minute, I would say. By mentioning that there are many things can happen. But I keep those jokers with me for how do they call it? Ambush. When I happen to be ambushing somewhere in the future, that's when I will use it back. It's good to have them at hand. It's like having a gun but not shoot anybody until when people attack you, you shoot them down. That's what it is. So it's good to have all kinds of joker. But joker is not only for destroying. It does good as well. People will not be having joker. Then we have Ebenezer. So greetings, Papa and team from Kentucky. Hello, Ebenezer. Greetings to you. How are you? Thank you very much for joining us this afternoon. Hope you are well and doing well and preparing to go to your new station. Then security topic: is it possible to bring some other entities such as Kabbalistic entities and set them up as produced in our African traditional system? Thank you. No, it is not that we are setting them as in your African traditional system. You see, it said, voodoo is the of the A-base for spirit. I'll say that again. Voodoo is the word of the A-base for spirit. Spirit exists in every part of this world. and maybe in every part of this universe. But if Aries will call any spirit, they will call it voodoo. So what the Jewish and the Israelis are doing as in Kabbalah, it's also a voodoo, but that is more of voodoo. We will call it like that. They are also dealing with spirit in their own terms. Practicing that you must make people to understand where the voodoo is, because Indians say that this is Indian voodoo, or this is China voodoo, or this is Israeli voodoo, or Jewish voodoo, or Hebrew voodoo. Or when you go into the 6th and 7th, there are so many spiritual things in there which our fathers and some of our they also use herbs and all this thing. How to identify that herb and be able to address is what matters. But then they draw their signs and sigils and from the Kabbalistic point of view. They are all spirits. They are also voodoo. So it is not like you are bringing Kabbalistic entities and set them up as a voodoo. Because you have, if a person has studied those things and know about them, yes, of why not? We can use them. But it's not like we are bringing them into African traditional system. They are also, they have their own system. And you can be an African, have Muslim voodoos from genies from Arab land and work with them. The same way you can work with spirits from places like East Asia, Middle Southeast Asia, or from East Asia, and from India, or from anywhere in the world for that matter. So long as you know what you are doing and you know, like I had shown you people Longpu so many years ago or some weeks back. Longpu is a small voodoo that I got from my lady friend Kukuari in Thailand. And Longpu had been with me as a spirit for a very, very long time now, even before I came back into our traditional African voodoo, or Ebe voodoo for that matter. So, if I tell you Longpu is a voodoo, you may not believe it because it's so small that I don't go anywhere without him as well. And Longpu is a voodoo that had been with my friend Kun Yuari, who lives in Thailand. She used to live in Bangkok, but now she is in Rayong. She told me she's in Rayong now. And this is the spirit that she uses to communicate into the universe or into nature. And the spirit has been very faithful to her all her life. And she introduced me to Longpu, so she gave this one to me. And that's what had been with me. So when I'm talking, I'm not going to say that this is a Ebe voodoo or Ebe a traditional voodoo. It is from Thailand. It's a Thai or Buddhist type of voodoo. But it is very effective and it works with me. So when I'm doing a reading, sometimes it comes in to also tell me what is happening behind the scene. So I won't call this one Ebe voodoo, but it's also voodoo. But I will not say it's Ebe voodoo. That's why I kept saying that voodoo is not limited to Ebe people. But in Ebe language, the word for spirit is voodoo. But voodoo is everywhere. That's why people who say, oh, why are you teaching voodoo to foreigners? You are teaching voodoo to this thing. Because they also have the spirit in their own land and they want to learn more. Just like how we also have traveled out and learning from other people. So that is what it is. So, Sekiru, that you can teach it, you can inculcate it into your practice. That's why I say the type of voodoo I practice here in my shrine is it's a little bit different from the general voodoos that people practice. I have a lot of Ebe traditional voodoo upon which I base my everything, but the things that I have learned around the world to put them into my practice, and then I use them, and if they are effective, I stick to them. Because the purpose of my work is to get answers to my solution, to get answers to my problems, to get solution to the challenges that I'm facing or people bring to me. So whichever way that I can do it so people will get answers to their problems, I will do. But of course, Ebe Voodoo is what I have come to learn or come back to, and I've seen the wonders of Ebe Voodoo, and I can see it I can relate other spiritual practices that I have gone through to what the Ebe people do as spiritual practice. So you can put anything into your listening. That's why you will not come to my shrine and see voodoo there, or come to my shrine and see voodoo, what do they call it? Togbenyigla, and all those voodoos that people know people every day, or they say this person is Babalua, this one is what do they call Obatala. You don't come and see those things in life. Because those are just like a general thing that everybody else knows. The Vodus in my shrine, most of them you never even hear their name anywhere. But that doesn't mean they are not working. The Vodus that came with me, the Vodus that I have acquired, some came with me and I'm working with them and I'm successful with them. I don't need to have a Voodoo that everybody else have before I will say that I know I have Voodoo. Because Voodoo means spirit. So any spirit that is in the universe that is ready to work with me and is working with me, yeah, fine. Because when I talk about Abraxas, for instance, which I use in my spiritual initiation, Abraxas is not Ebe Voodoo. Abraxas is one of the Jewish or Hebrew spirits. But I use Abraxas in my traditional spirituality, and it works, and it's working for me for many, many years, and I know what it is. So, not many people in our Ebe tradition even know about the name Abraxas. It's very new to them, they may not know. But when you go into Hebrew Kabbalah or Kabbalah, you will find Abraxas and other things there. And I use that, and it's worked for me. So that is it. That's what it is, I would say so. So my teachings are based on the things that I have worked with, and things that are working with me and are bringing real spirituality. That's what I teach. I'm not just teaching general voodoo by saying that they have this voodoo and everybody wants to be associated with voodoo, that everybody wants to be associated with Hebiaso. Everybody wants to be associated with that and that and that. Yes, I have Hebiaso in my shrine, and then it is the common Hebiaso, but I have my own type of Hebiaso too. And maybe some people have not even heard the names before. Some probably may have heard it, but I work with things that work with me. So that's what I teach here. So I hope I have made I've given you some understanding. If it is not enough, please still ask me other questions connected to this. And then we have our sister Iyanifa Eyagu. Thank you very much, Papa. Thank you very much. Bokiche, we say Bokiche. Bokiche. Thank you very much here. You are very welcome, and thank you for coming to African Magic Temple and coming to invoke Ifa and all the spirits in Yoruba for us, so that our things will move on. We are very grateful to you, and people even started asking about you, that where are you? Are you in Nigeria? Are you in the UK? I said, okay, I will find out from you, and then I will get you in touch with them. Thank you very much, my sister, Iyanifa Eliano. Thank you, and hello to your very nice companion. Thank you very much. And then we have Ebenezer Bonso. Papa, I'll be coming for some joker. Sure, why not? Come, your field, you need joker. The field in which you are, you need Joker seriously, so don't worry. He's a military man. He's a military, he's in the American military, so definitely you need Joker. You need some things that when you read that point of critical, that when you say it, then changes happen. People even have Joker, that one I don't have. I know people have Joker, the old man, they can just say something and the F will just open and swallow the person and the person is gone. I don't have that. I was not taught. My grandfathers had when I was too young, and those kind of things, they actually, when you are young, they will never teach you those things. And then now that I am old, they are gone. There is no way I can get it from anywhere. People will say something, the F will open and swallow a human being up, and that's it. Nobody will find you again in this world. Your remains will not even be found anywhere. So that's how far Joker, how serious Joker is. So Ebenezer, you come and we'll see what to put together for you. And then replying to Sikiru again said, Toby, what I mean is that, is it possible to set them up with herbs from a physical present for them, just as they have a kind in a bottle? Yes, of course, it depends on what kind of Kabbalistical this thing you have. So if you have, I had already said that, like the 6 and 7 books of Moses, when you go into it, you see that they talk about leaves in some part, and then they come with seals and the writings, which the writings are in a very old language. We cannot, they are not even Arabic. I don't know whether they were they were not hieroglyphics, but there were so many different and in that book there are also herbs, and if you can identify those herbs the way they mention it in that book, if you can know their corresponding names in Ebe or in your local language, and you put those things together, of course you generate a point for spirit, because the whole thing about Ebe voodoo or Ebe spirituality is that all spirits are made, or all voodoos are kind of made out of herbs. Some may be only one leaf herb, some may be 2, some may be 3, some may be up to about 10, 20, 40, 50 different herbs. And each herb has got an energy. When you know the combination of these herbs and you put them together, you attract this type of spirits. And when you know the combination of these herbs and put this combination together, it attracts this type of spirits or voodoos. Then when you are able to put the herbs together and put the whatever necessary in a bottle or in a pot or whatever, and you pray and cause a word of Besa on it, or the incantation of the voodoo on it, then the spirit that you are trying to attract will come and then dwell or use that as a point of communication between you and the spirit, just like your mobile phone, as I was always saying. So yes, you can also use a Kabbalistical or the knowledge you gain from Kabbalah to set up some voodoo. And then when you do it that way, automatically it becomes like an African voodoo, because it is you are going to now treat that voodoo like an African voodoo, because you are going to kill animal for it. If it is an animal, it's a blood-eating voodoo, you have to kill animal for it. But then maybe the name can be in can remain in the Hebrew or in the language from where you are getting it from. But you will be using, because like when I talk about Togo Jokata, which is one of our main spirits in our shrine, our patron spirit with a kind. Togo Jokata, when you go back into the Kabbalah, you will find Togo Jokata as in the Camille. Some people say Samuel, some people will call Camille as Togo Jokata. But then we, in our part of the world, is the same energy, but we are calling it in our language, and we are cooking our foods that we eat to eat or giving it to eat. Mind you, you should also understand the Jews, they kill animals for their gods. That one shouldn't be surprise to you at all. It's only hypocrisy that has made Christians to deny that animal killing is bad. But Judaism still kill animals. Until today we are talking, they still kill animals. They don't shy from killing animals. And it is accepted by everybody else in the world. If the Jews kill animals, it's fine. It is only when the African who is doing his worshipping his God by killing animal is only that Africa is the only one that people are against, because they become afraid of, they believe that against them. Otherwise, every in this world do sacrifices to their spirits if they really want the spirit to work. Yes. So, so that is it, Sikiru region. Thank you. And then we have Nunu Mariposa. How do you work to uplift Africans from experience slavery? I don't know. I'm not here to be uplifting Africans from slavery. Slavery happened hundreds and hundreds of years before I was born. So it is not my duty to uplift Africans from slavery. It is my duty to teach people how to become aware of themselves. And if you want to be aware of yourself, or you want to find a way to return to your roots, that's what I teach here. But it is not my duty to uplift you. It is your desire and your own inner self. It is up to you. If you want to get out of that, you can. If you don't want to get out, you still want to go to church or go to the mosque, it's your whatever. Me, I'm just teaching. It is all my duty to uplift people from slavery. I don't want to go to that angle. I'm teaching. If you want to follow my teachings and take yourself out of your predicaments, my teachings are there. But it is not my duty that I'm going to. I have to be very plain and sincere. People who uplift people from their slavery wish and will want to move away from what it is. It is not the duty of anybody to go and say, I take you from here and come and put you here. It is you who will make that effort yourself. Yes, let's go on. Marinunu Mariposa, I said disease and slave.
I think it's the same thing.
Eh?
The same part of the question.
Yes, it's the same. Said disease and slave. What is the disease? Who is enslaved? What did he tell you? Did he tell you that he wants to be uplifted? No, you know when you ask him a question, as if you have gone into the ancestral world and disease ancestors are telling you that our enslaved person is telling you something uplifting. Meaning there's people tell you that they want you to uplift them. People who are dead are spirits. That's why we teach people to feed their ancestors in order to empower them. So it is not my duty or anybody's duty that I'm going to go and uplift them, or the people who have been dead through slavery, and I have to uplift them. Who are you? What power do you have? If there are people from that line, that generational line, are still alive, definitely there are people who are alive. When they pray to their ancestors will get power. Please, let's go on. Danilo Imberile is asking, do you have abraxas as a herbal vodu? Yes and no. What I mean by yes is that when we invoke abraxas, there's a process that we go through. There are some herbs that we put together when we are invoking abraxas, and it takes effect. The presence of abraxas comes. And when I say no, it's that I did not set up abraxas as a voodoo. where I go praying to it every day. No. But I have abrasas. When I want to use abrasas, I know the process that I put, the heads that I put together and invoke it to come and know. And Prince Giwa is saying, Papa, what happens if you don't feed a joka for a long time, if it feeds on blood? I don't know what happens when you don't feed a joka for a long time, if a joka is supposed to be feeding on blood and you don't feed it for a long time. I don't know what happens, but I believe if as a human beings we eat food, and when we eat food, we get energy. When that energy we get, we use it to work, to achieve things. So in the case of a joka, or any spirit for that matter, not only joka, if you have a spirit that you are not feeding it for a long time, you are making that spirit to be weak, or that spirit will become weak. And so when you call upon it, even if it wants to work for you, because it is weak, it cannot be able to fulfill the task you give it successfully. So it is like that. So that's what I believe. That's why I feed my spirits twice a year, at the end of December and also at the end of June. I feed my spirits to go and work. Before even I will send them, I'll feed them. And when they come back and they deliver, I feed them again. So that is where I know which of my spirits that are active and which are not active. And if my spirits are not very active, I don't really waste my time on them. The spirits that I have, the ones that are not very active, I don't waste time on them. One thing, I don't throw them away because they may be working, but I don't know. But I don't really attend to them like the ones that are working with me. The ones that are working with me are the ones I talk more about, because they are the ones that, if I call upon them, they quickly to prove to me that they are present. So I am not that kind of spiritualist who just believe things. I experiment, and when I say it is very practical, I take notice of it. I'm not a person who is deceiving myself, have something that is not working against it. You're just deceiving yourself that you have a voodoo or you have to come with you. I don't do that in my shrine. I know the spirit that are active and I attend to them. Those who are not active, I don't attend to them. There's a joka or voodoo in my house, which I've been here for almost 15 or 16. Because I've heard it many times in the beginning, but I'm not saying that it's there. If it's hungry, you should go and tell the people who brought it to me. Because I paid. But it didn't work. So I won't feel the better. I only have the courage to go and throw it away. But maybe one day, I will try to find a place for it to strike. That will do. I'm not afraid of them. And I know they also respect me. If you come to me as a voodoo and you are working, I will attend to you. If you come to me as a voodoo and you only sit down and you think you want to eat, I will. Is there any question there again? Are there YouTube? Keep religion again. Thank you, Toby. Thank you, Toby. Please. For those who are stronger, example, Toby Ganadia, Toby Ajim, Toby Ganaj, Mama Fena, and so there other for those higher in the hierarchy spirituality. Okay, we see, like I was already saying that there are certain voodoos that I don't have at my shrine, and I don't really go towards them that very much. What I classify something like a throne, and it's just like you have a police force. You have policemen who are all police. They all wear police clothing and they can all arrest people, or they can go and take care of situation when they arise. But then you have somebody they call police boss, you have somebody called IGP, who is the Inspector General of all the police. And if that police talks, all other police will listen. So it is in the world of spirituality, in the world of spirits too. There is seniority. So when a particular spirit or voodoo has got other small voodoos working under it, that voodoo has become a throne. It has become a throne or a deity. Let's the English word. That becomes deity. So that voodoo or the throne has got other voodoos underneath who works underneath. So when he or she gives an order, other spirits listen. So you can even say, tell the other voodoo something that, oh, I'm sending you in the name of Toby, Toby Ajima, Toby Ganaji. Those who, I don't have Ajima directly as a voodoo with me. I have not even been to any shrine that has Toby Ajima. I have heard. And then we have Toby Ganaji also, I have heard. And then Mama Vena, I think it is in Anyako area or in the southern part of Ebela. I've heard, but I have never been to any of these voodoos, and I don't have any associations with them as I am talking here now. But I, like the Toby Damalia, I put things together. I learn from elders, and I put the things together, and when I invited the spirit, it came in and it started working. It is not like I went to some shrine that have Toby Damalia and then the people came and do it for me. No. I myself put the things together with few friends who know about voodoo. We all put them together, and before we knew, it started working for us. And the same thing is with Toby Jopata. I have put all the heads together because I was just taught that this head, that head, and do it this way, do it that way, do it that way, and then use this incantation for it. So I personally put my herbs together, and then I follow the instructions that was given to me by my teachers, and the Jopata came to stay. And when I asked the Jopata to do something, it does it. Then I realized that the spirit is here. That's how my things are. But inside Toby Jopata, we have the Toby Ajima, or the incantation of Toby Jopata. There is the word of Toby Ajima inside the Jopata. There is the Guru Voodoo inside. There is Alafia. There are so many other voodoos that are inside this incantation of Toby Jopata. So, to our understanding, means all these voodoos become part of Jopata, or the combination is what we are calling Jopata. So we are not separating them like Toby Ajima or Toby Abape, Toby this and that. No, we just say Jopata, and when we say Jopata, we are actually invoking all these voodoos. And I don't think that many people have Toby Jopata in their shrines. They may have Jakpata, but not many people have Toby Jopata as a voodoo. But personally, I don't know anybody who has Toby Jopata apart from the people who gave it to my teacher, and they were even throwing it away. That's how we came across it. But then I formed my own Jopata. It's not somebody who came and teach me. But I followed the instructions that was given to me by my teachers, and then Toby Jopata came and it's working. The same thing with Toby Damalia, I put them together myself and then it's working. So the Jopata that I have now is even more stronger than the original one that my teachers had, because as I study more into voodoo and learning more about herbs, I came across herbs that are more powerful, or who are also powerful, that I did not know about before. So I asked the voodoo if I could include these ones, and it says yes. And then the more I included more herbs or powerful herbs in it, becomes, and it listens and works for me. That's how Toby Jopata is. Jopata is in my shrine, I don't think anybody have the same anywhere in the world. People may create certain things and call it Jopata and all the same, but the one that I have, I don't think anybody has, because unless of course I teach you the herbs that you put inside, the ones that you add to it, you will never do. You can never do. And so far the Jopata that has been with me, which I was saying is Archangel Tamiel in the Hebrew term or the Judeo-Christian way. I have worked with it and it is helping people all around the world. So that is why Jopata is a throne, because it is not just one voodoo or one joker. Please give a biggie. Oh, right of FIFA. But no, it's a bigger than you come here small. So the Jopata that I have been sending it around to people all over the world, and it is protecting people, and it is doing wonders in people's life, even though the spirit, the icon of the spirit or the base of the spirit is in African Magic Temple in Ghana here. But it is all over the world. People are wearing Jopata and becoming superstars. People are wearing Jopata and becoming all kind of people, and a lot of things happening and protections are happening in their lives. So that alone will give me to know that the energy that I am working with, or the spirit that I am working with, is a real spirit, because it is not only happening within my circle here. It across the rivers, when people wear Jopata and people will tell me what is happening, everybody is having their personal experiences. Then that's what makes Jopata a throne. It's no more just a voodoo or a spirit. It has a wider coverage. Just like the network of certain telephone companies can only cover up to Accra or cover up to certain area, but then there are certain networks that can cover the whole country. And then in the case of Jopata, it's a network that can cover the whole world, not only continent Africa, not continental Africa alone. But we have people wearing Jopata in Russia, we have people wearing Jopata in Europe, we have people wearing Jopata in Japan, we have people wearing Jopata in Australia, we have people wearing Jopata in America. Just mention it anywhere, and it is each and everybody is having their own personal experience with the energy or with the spirit. If you like, call it voodoo, call it whatever you like, it does not matter. The thing that matters is that it is an energy that no one can see, but it is working. So the topic Mama Vena, Mama Latte, and all these things are people's thrones in different areas, but because those were voodoos or deities or a throne, they had worked for people, and then it attracted people from different places, that people would go to them and ask for help and get help. Just like how Tobe Ahopato is in the Petwe. Ahopato is over 200 plus years, but it's still there. And when people go and make pledges to it and ask it to do things for them, yes, it is still happening. And for over 200 plus years, people still kept going there. That means the spirit is alive and it's been working. That's what it is. So get a thing down. Let me see who it was I was talking to. That was Sekiru Legion. Thank you very much. I'm very grateful. And then we are going to. This is the reason why our ancestors decided that certain voodoos are called a throne, and some are just called voodoo. The throne is a voodoo that has many other voodoos under, and its outreach has reached a very far place. Then we have Danilo in Maryland. What does it mean to renew a spirit? Does it mean you need to get its herbs again and prepare the spirit again? Or what does the renewal process look like? Danilo, you see, when you are in voodoo or when you are initiated, these things will be taught to you. See, a lot of people on the internet, they just hear what people say and they start putting things together. And then they make mistakes. But then if they ask, you ask them to know, so you are the one who told us. That's why I teach about voodoo, I teach about a throne, I teach about spirituality, but I don't give people the process. Because the moment you give the process, everybody will translate it according to their own understanding. And some may do it well, some may not do it well. Some may make mistakes, some may not make mistakes. But at the end of the day, they will say you are the one who's told us. So if you want to know how this process of renewal of vodu or spirit is, try to go to a shrine, get to know and get an initiation. Let them introduce you into the spiritual world. And from there, your teacher, your master, or people who introduce the vodu to you will tell you how to buff a vodu or how to renew the energy of the vodu. I'm not going to talk about here how it is that people will start to create things and say, because someone was saying the other day that every night she does astral traveling. Every night she's astral traveling, and then she sees so many things. And do you know what astral traveling? If you are having a dream, does not mean you are having an astral traveling. But you see, the understanding is that once you sleep and you are dreaming, you are astral traveling. That is somebody's understanding. But astral traveling is totally different from just a normal dream, because astral traveling, as I know, is conscious sleep. You decide where to go, and you lie down and you go there and you achieve what you want to achieve or do whatever you want to do, and you come back into your body. That is what I know astral traveling is. But then if it is actually going to be translated into our traditional understanding in Ebe, they will say you are a witch. Because it's only witches that can consciously get out of their body, go and accomplish a mission, and then again come back consciously into their body and wake up. That's how people will treat it. They will say you are a witch. And if people know you are doing this every time, maybe one day when you go and your body is dead, they'll come and just bundle you up and put you inside coffee and bury you. By the time you come back, you find yourself inside the grave. You are dead. So the process of teaching this thing, I am explaining what every vodu is, what traditional African spirituality is, but I'm not just teaching everything without knowing who you are, without knowing your background. I don't know what you want to do, because people will call and say that somebody is doing something bad to me and I want to eliminate the person. Somebody has given birth to their child for how many years, I don't know. That child has grown up after the mother and father suffered. And the child has grown up and become a grown-up person and is trying to survive on himself. He has dependence, or even if he doesn't have dependence, or he's even depending on people, someone has put their resources into that person. And then you one day, just because you get angry, you want to remove that person's life. Have you ever created a human being before? That you will just decide because you are angry or the person has done something to you and you are so angry that you want the person to die. So for such kind of people who may also be online and listening to me, if you just give out any secret, before you know, they start killing their brothers and sisters and doing all kinds of things. So I'll teach and explain the basis of African traditional spirituality, especially Ebe voodoo, and the things that I have practiced, the Kabbalah, and Hindu, Tantra, and all this. But I'm not going to give you the main secret of how to create these things, because I don't know you. If you come to take initiation from me and I study your character and I think that you are a person that you can handle these things and then use it for the benefit of humanity, yes, I'll teach you. That's why my initiates can demonstrate power. Because I personally taught them, but not online, just everybody asks any question, I just tell you, okay, go and put this and this together. Just like what people say. That's why a lot of people are getting mad. But you need to know the base of everything, and you have to know the taboos, the do's and the don'ts of what spirituality is. It is not just you read from a book and then you start putting things together. I've seen mad people coming in my house before. So please, I'm not teaching you what is the process of the renewal. If you get initiation, your teacher will teach you. Then we have Senna Tuesday. Thank you very much, Senna. How are you? Greetings, Papa. Great teacher. Thank you very much. And it's been a long time. I haven't seen you. Only seen you on Facebook. So please find time and come by. Thank you very much for joining us. Are we done? And we are on YouTube now. We have a message from Barbara Paddy. Good afternoon, Papa. Is it good to put food on the floor for my ancestors anytime I am eating or once a week? You can do it anytime you are eating, but then you must mention the ancestors you are feeding. The mistake a lot of people are making is that they think that people who are dead, their name is ancestors. Every ancestor has a name. If it is called Kojo in his lifetime, when he is dead too, he is Kojo in our culture. If he is called Efia in her lifetime, when she is dead, her name also is Efia, the dead person's name. So when you are feeding ancestors and you just say, oh, my ancestors come and eat, there is nobody with a name called ancestor. Ancestor, we are calling them, is a title. The word ancestor is a title given to the people who passed on into dead people's land from your bloodline. Those are the people you call ancestors. So you cannot go to a hospital and say, I'm looking for a doctor. Unless there is only one doctor at that health post, then everybody knows that this person is called doctor. But that doctor also has his name or has her name. So when you are talking about ancestors, you don't just put the food, drop a food on the floor, so I give to my ancestors. Mention the ancestors that you want to give food to. You can do it every day. You can do it once a week. You can do it once a year. It's up to you. But there is a proper way of feeding the ancestors, which goes with the proper ritual. So if you want to feed your ancestors, you should inquire about the proper way. And then when you feed them that way, you can also get the results back. Then it is not just dropping food on the ground and say, I'm feeding my ancestors. No, that is not the way. You must look for the proper way, and then you must look for the proper way of feeding your ancestors. And then your ancestors, they all have people on your maternal line and also people on your paternal line. They are all your ancestors, but they have names, just like how your mother's father, grandfather, and all these have names. Those are the names you use when you are calling ancestors. There is nobody in the ancestral world called an ancestor. So people who have been making that mistake, they don't know what African traditional spirituality is. They are just following this thing. And also I want to make this very clear. In West African vodu, there is nothing like spirit money, whereby you go and buy some paper and you burn it. And then you say you are paying your ancestors so that if you have money in spirit world to come back. It is a lie. It's not in voodoo. That concept of burning money in the spirit money is coming from Chinese traditional spirituality. It is not from African traditional spirituality, whereby you burn money or you burn some paper, you call it spirit money, you go and buy it and then you burn it and your ancestors will release whatever money is in your spirit world. It's not true. It's not a voodoo. That's not part of life. That kind of thing is only Chinese traditional spirituality. So please, those of you who are practicing voodoo and using that and telling people they have to buy spirit money and burn it and go to spirit world, it's a lie. It is not voodoo. We don't practice that in our voodoo. I have never seen it before. So people should stop deceiving people and telling them that they have to get money and burn and then they go to ancestral work for what? There's nothing like that. It's coming from Chinese spirituality, please. Yes. That's the last question. So, no, let me call. So, Barbara, if you want to feed your ancestors, call the name of your ancestors, prepare their food, and give them. It's not like just dropping food when you are eating. You drop food. It's only people who were born twins when they are born twins and one of them die, or if the twins die, yes, maybe you cannot, when you want to eat, you are inviting your twin brother, twin sister to come and eat with you, but they are not supposed to eat with you, and they cannot eat with you in the same bowl. That's why when you take the first food, first you eat the first one, then the second one you put it on the ground to show that, and you mention that person's name on it and drop it on the ground that, oh, please come and join me at my table. That's what it is now. That's just like how we take the alcohol, our ancestors or people who die for us, we take the alcohol and we say, oh, today, especially when the person died very new, we will say that today we have been drinking together, you and I have been drinking together on the same cup or in the same cup for a long time. But today you pass on into the ancestors' well. You will not drink with me from the same cup again because we are not the same anymore. So from today onwards, you will get your own on the ground. That's how we say. So the same way when you are feeding somebody close to you, you want to feed them someone who you have been eating together before, someone who you've been drinking together before. If you want to feed such person, yes, you can take the food and drop it on the ground, but call the person's name and tell the person, this is your food, come and join me and eat it. Yeah, yes. Time also is finished?
Yeah, 4:19.
Oh, okay, we are empty. See, that's what I'm saying, when almost the time is finished, that's when people start asking more questions. But anyway, we will keep coming early to we'll come. We'll be trying to come early so that you people can also come early, so we can utilize the time to.
Oh, but you're saying that feeding, that dropping thing is only for Venovi, the twins?
Usually, or somebody very close to you. Yeah, somebody close to you. The Venovis, sometimes they bomb them one die, and the other ones remain. So when you are going to, if you want to feed them, you can do that daily if you want. But then that doesn't stop you from doing the ancestral feeding, which is the main ritual. But you can not call how many people can you call when you are going to eat? Then by the time you call their name, your food is cold. Yes.
So why are twins celebrated?
Wait, let them. Yes, there's a senator arrived on Saturday, and he wants to ask a question as well. Where is the penny? She also come and ask something. So.
Yes, my question is about twins, Venovi. Why are they so celebrated in Ewe culture, but specifically Ewe spirituality? They seem to have a special place. What makes them special?
Because in our culture, I think it is normal for a woman to give birth to one child. So when you give birth to two children in the same womb, it's a mystery. I believe that's where it started from. It's a mystery that a woman can carry more than one child. Then these people must have some spiritual mission. That's why they are coming, like a chief and his linguist, or a chief and his spokesperson. That's why in every culture, the first child is called the junior. The one who was born first is the one they call the junior. The second one is called the elder. Yeah, it's called the elder one. So it is the belief of Aves, but also I don't think it's only a belief, but it is certain things that they have experienced with this kind of twins things. That's what we have vodu is also there. We have a vodu called vodu, which is like the twin vodu of twins. I cannot know very much why, but yeah, then we have Venovize, which is the pot for only twins. And they say that pot, when the twins, they travel and go and come back, they have to drop a coin in that pot. And also in every fact, the spirit of twins is there. Apart from the woman getting pregnant and having this, there's a twin, that's and it is represented by the monkey. So when people see monkeys, they associate them with twin spirit. So monkeys are associated with twin spirit. That's why sometimes if they say you piss off twins, when you go back to farm, you see that monkeys go and eat all your crops, they destroy all the crops because you piss off the twin at home, they will become monkeys, and then they will destroy their spirit will join the monkeys and they will destroy your farm. So it is also in the fast stories where the twins. So definitely, so when somebody is born a twin, it is believed that it's not just an ordinary person. Even the mother that carries the twins is not an ordinary woman. From the time she gave birth to twins, she's given a respect in every culture. You can never give her one single thing. If you are going to give her water like this, you must always give two. You can't just give her one single thing. But because we are coming into modernization and things that people can only give one, but in the real every culture, you can never give a twin mother one single thing. It must always be double. So then the father of the twins also has got a special place in the twin scene. Then the child that was born before the twins has its place. The child that comes after the twins has a place, and the one that comes after that one also have a place. That's why in Ebe we have a Venachu, then Polove, then Venavi, there are two. Then we have a Do, and then we have a Doche. So together in Ebe spirituality, the twins come in a set of 7 people. But sometimes people wanted to give birth to a Do. A Do means when you have the twins, you have to close that spirit gate. A Do means spit. You have to close the pit with another child so that this spirit should not continue coming through you. But some people will go and want to give birth to Do, they will give birth to 3. Triplets. So these things also happen, and that happened with the church grandmother. She gave birth to 3 triplets. And then she is coming to give birth to the Edo. Then she gave birth to twins.
Just to that.
Yeah.
If triplets follow
Twins follow the triplets. So these things happen. So that kind of woman is regarded as a special woman in every culture, and because also in our every traditional spirituality, there's a space for twins.
What do you call triplets?
But they have their name too. It's all in the Hebrew books.
Do they have like ranking names similar to how twins would have a chair?
Yeah, they also have there's a name for there's, I think the 3rd one is called Odo. So when a mother gives birth and then she gives birth to triplets, the 3rd one will be called Odo. But then it's also called Achu. The Odo will be added to it. That means he is the 3rd. Something like that, but we'll ask other people who know very much. So that is it. And I call people to come and also say hello to the people, because everybody will see the people that you are here. Because today is the day that people can go, and a lot of people have sent greetings. The full Martin Kobler had also sent greetings to you people. So
the Yoruba people also have concept of twins as Imeji, which is it's similar. It's also like 7.
Yeah, but the Yoruba, to be very honest and sincere, if you study any history and you study Yoruba history, you see that the Yoruba people and the Ebe people are actually the same type of people. They are the same people. They only branch somewhere along the way, and this become Ebe, because most of the names in Yoruba and the meanings and the pronunciations is the same in Ebe. It's the same in Ebe. So
like Even death.
a
Oh,
book.
people.
There's so many things similar. So, akpo, which is pocket or sack, is the same.
Manicula.
And then what we call ram agbo. And they call it agbo. I mean, there's so many other things that we call that papa hay, and they call pepe. So there's so much similarity in everything. I believe very strongly that there's a part in the history of the areas where they and the Yorubas have been together, or maybe coming out of the Yorubas at one time. But you know, cultures and people don't want to say that we are from here, we are unique from our own. Those are also there. When you go deeper you go deeper into understanding of cultures, you will see how cultures cross each other, and there's so many similarities in them.
And then people branch and become their
Appealing to you, the people are here, people wanted,
So you have any questions?
they should turn the camera on, people saw you the other way, but they are the people who formed the revolution before we are talking. These are the guys who formed the revolution.
Yes, so hello everybody, thank you for tuning in. Make sure to like and subscribe. Follow the page. Yeah, it's nice to see how it's developing.
Okay, look at Facebook. If we don't have any questions there anymore, then I'll pray, and then we can close this chapter and go on to.
But you know, the people who had the Venom report where I remember I also had one.
Yeah, Tommy Atakman also this.
Yes.
And I think they need some for a chair, or the chair is they are using their father's own. Is there?
So a chair will know how to make it.
No.
He will not, Toby Atakman will not know how to make it. Somebody made it for them.
People who are on the spiritual path,
Will know how to
they
make
will know how to make that.
it. Like the Friso.
The Friso also doesn't know how to make the pot, because the person who made the affair for the Friso when he gave birth to, you see, the guy is alive.
Yeah.
So it's not the Friso himself does not really know how to do affair. So there are people like Tommy.
But you will not learn it.
eh,
You will not learn it when they make it for you.
maybe because the
But
guy.
you're saying that somebody also paid for it.
Yes,
Who is
of course. If you
Stadt. French.
How do you spell it, David?
Spanish.
David is just normal D-A-V-I-D.
And Mora.
Mora is M-O-R-A. Mora and Roberts. David Mora Roberts. UWC, High Costa Rica, High from Costa Rica. Yeah. And then we have Barbara Paddy here saying, thank you very much, Papa. You said that there is a proper way to do it. Please, can I have your contact number? Yes, you have my contact number, and there is a proper way to do the ancestral feeding. And it's a very good thing when you do. So this is my direct number, African Magic Temple. If you call me directly, I'll answer you. So since we are still in live session and Mr. Robert, who was calling earlier, we are about to finish and then we can pick your calls. Don't end now. Wait. We are not finished, but what are you going in a hurry for? Yo, abu, manga subuli sa manga kita manga se do plan do to sena no se tiene mo no do. Mama no vi bien no do to, vi bien no, vi bien no, vi se no ko 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 yo buga ke. Ni o Facebook live o. But do na mo ko no ko. No ne yo. Ko no bu no do. Ko no ko da me so ndi me so ko no ko da me yo ni so me ta ko no no all the video no coffee I mean important and the view and when one no me okay take to me more than and I'm saying go be never na me okay Messia me more because right mono bunau go to Kobla. Ebe we chair ka na Mauwe Jombe Martin. Mauka so to be done. And of you UK. That's what I'm assuming. Okay, now bye-bye to everybody, and we'll see you again next week. Please prepare your questions and get ready for us so that next week we will join you again. You have a forward anyone. Next week we will join you again. Senna and Pele are going to be here for at least another 3 weeks. So please prepare your questions and send it to us, and we will be able to answer you. Thank you very much for.
Don't forget to subscribe.
Don't forget to subscribe to Revolution African Magic Temple and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We have a lot of teachings there that can help you on your spiritual path. Thank you very much, and see you again next week. Bye-bye for now.
Like
We are doing.
I'm saying, my concept